Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ariyantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ayaryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Uvajjayanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Samanam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namah. Namo Samaysaraya Swanubhutya Chakasate Chitsubhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Magnanatimira Anjanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayvantavarto Omkaranada Jinano Jayvantavarto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayvantavarto Tirthachara Jagama Jayvantavarto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangaratene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dvani Divyano Jina Kunda Dvaniyapya Ahote Guru Kanano Ahote Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Pachalane Anupamagati Pamel Sarve Sridhane Vandi Kamo Sutta Kevali Bhasita Asamaya Prabhrata Are Om Ekasud Sada Arupi Jnana Darasanamay Khare Kai Anyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Nati Are Jamane Prate Majjnana Nati Karak Nati Vedak Are Jane Jakaramoda Nirajara Bandate Majamokshane Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Sri Sutatmane Namaha. Jai Gendra. Today is November 15, 2017, Wednesday, and we are continuing our discussion on Samaysar, and we are on slok number, Kalash number 6. As we said, Kalash number, one second. As we said, Kalash number 6, 5, 6, and 7, 3 Kalash Amritchandra Acharya Dev inserted prior to the start of 13th stanza. He just making the ground ready for us to enter into the 13th stanza. So here we are. And last time we were talking about Saptabhangi, and there are lots of questions came, and I thought it would be better that we just, I had not expected that many kind of questions and all the things, and so slides were not prepared accordingly. So I have prepared some more slides. So we try to understand what it tries to tell us. So let's see, I'll bring the slides. I have to open it. One second, give me 1 second, please. Mm-hmm. No, not this thing. Okay, here it is. Okay, Kalash 6. I'm sorry. Okay, all right, here we are now. Okay, so we were talking about those seven predicaments, predications called Saptabhangi, and we'll try to go a little bit deeper. Actually, I was reading the Gurudev's pravachan, and he explained some of the things at the end. He says, you know, I'm Alpagna, I have less, I don't know much about it. So if you really want to go about detail about it, go and find it out from the other scriptures. So he was not that much interested to go into detail of those things. But then for us, that, it is important that we know those points, because time to time this thing will show up in a different areas. So this is one of the excuse we have to just go through those things. So Saptabhangi means seven predications. So what it is, this is self-tetrad or a self-quartet. So Swachatushtai, what does it mean? Tetrad means four things: substance, area, time, attributes are considered as tetrad. And so when it is considered for the self, that's called Swachatushtai. Means called for alien object, then it's called Parchatushtai. And self tetrad means substance, means the soul as a substance. Area means soul's innumerable space point. Me as a soul has an innumerable space point. That's an area. Time, or you can say mode. Both the things, they are interchangeable. Each samay, there is one mode in a given substance. So even if you take one samay, then there is one mode in a given samay. So that's called time. And attribute means infinite attributes of the soul. So basically, soul is a substance, soul having infinite attribute, and soul having modes. Substance, attribute, modes, and plus one more thing they put is a area. Means soul has an innumerable space point. So action of any substance is limited to its own self quaternary or self tetrad. There is nothing is seen beyond those self tetrad. So those are the things that is a take home message is, I am me, my action is limited within me. Now, did I help somebody? Well, I just had an inclination that maybe I can help somebody. Means I had that auspicious inclination. It occurred within my sphere. Now, if the other person over here, he's supposed to get the help. So that is his modes are saying that, hey, you are receiving some help. So that mode is in the recipient mode, and this mode was in the donation mode, basically. But again, both the modes are separate. For example, I may have extreme intention to do good, but there is nobody in front of me that I can offer. But at least my inclinations are good at the time. So my inclination rested within me. That's it. So my action is within me. So that's what it's self tetrad means. Now, let's talk about self tetrad and alien tetrad, Swachatushtai and Parchatushtai. So for the soul to be self, the matter becomes an alien object. And when we talk matter over here, we don't talk about book over here and computer over here and house over here and bed over. No. Matter means the one which has extreme close contact with the soul, and that extreme close contacts are two things. physical body and material karma. Physical body has association with the soul for 70, 80, 90, whatever years, and that's it. But karma, material karma, which are with the soul since time infinite, and they are there with the soul till soul gets liberation. So they have the extreme close association. So when we talk matter, means we talk karma particle, physical karma particle. So the self tetrad, what happens in self tetrad? Dravya means substance. Soul as a substance, it's a unique, indivisible, eternal soul substance. That's it. On the alien tetrad, means karma tetrad, what happens? Dravya as a substance, individual atomic particle as a substance. It is undivided, eternal matter atomic particle. So if we take atomic particle alone, then it's a undivided and eternal in nature. But karma are the aggregate of infinite matter atomic particle. And my association is not with the atomic particle, my association with the karma since time infinite. So here we are taking karma as a dravya, which is a infinite matter atomic particle in molecular aggregate form. દ્રવ્યના પુદ્ગલ પરમાણુના સ્કંદ પ્રદેશોથી બનેલો કર્મ પાર્ટિકલ. તો કર્મ particles are molecular aggregate form. They are called substance. Kshetra means area. Soul has innumerable space point, and so action of the soul is limited up to that. Over here in the alien side, area means matter karma particle have their own space point. They have infinite space point. Atomic material atomic particle has a one space point, but one joined with the second to join with the third and fourth and fifth and sixth, and as a result the infinite atomic particle get together, and so they can be in an infinite space point or innumerable space point or numerable space point. So that area could be anything in a material karma side. But remember, our area of interest is this side. Self tetrad means a soul's tetrad only. So it doesn't make difference how much space point they occupy and all the things. Now, Kal. Kal means time, means mode. Substance, the soul as a substance has mode occurring with each samay. We know that part. Every samay, every moment, one mode originates, and that is the time. On the karma particle side, mode means karma particle do come in fruition of their own time every samay. When I'm here, and I'm a mundane soul, I'm a transmigratory soul, so I have one mode occurring right now. One mode of inclination of attachment, rag mode occurred, or dvesh mode occurred, anger, deceit, ego, greed type of mode occurred. When that thing is occurring within me, at the same time in the karma particle fruition comes, and those fruition are because of karma particle only. Karma, they come into the fruition by themselves. Nobody is asking them to come into fruition. It just comes by themselves. So I have the mode of rag or dvesh on this side, and these are the karma fruition on the other side. Exactly same time both things are occurring. And bhav means attribute. Soul has infinite attribute, and matter has its own infinite attributes, mainly their touch, taste, smell, color, etc. So now we know self tetrad and alien tetrad, swa chatushtay and par chatushtay. So we know that one. Now we can just go further. There are 7 ways these predications are divided. Means it says that the spoken words to convey the fact it can be done only in 7 different ways. Remember, the experience of the omniscient Lord, experience that he is in the innate experience, which is complete experience with the infinite bliss within. He is experiencing whole thing. Now, when he's trying to express, omniscient Lord, when he's trying to express, this is the glory of the omniscient Lord. So he doesn't speak like us, number one. Second thing, when he gives the discourses, he delivers discourses. He doesn't speak one by one by one. It comes in the form of Omkar sound, Om Dvani, Om sound. So from the entire body, Om sound is generated. Om sound is it's called Nirakshari. It's not the letter, it's a without any letter. The Om is a composite of everything. So when that Om sound comes out from Tirthankar Bhagwan, then all the people sitting, there are about 12 types of different sitting arrangements are there in Samaysar, and each and every one in their own capacity will understand when that Om sound comes to their ear. If I'm a little kid or I have not known anything, then I will only understand that part. If I know a little bit more, I'll understand that way. And if I'm the Gandhar Bhagwan, I'm the first disciple of the Lord Mahavir Swami, for example, I'm the Gautam Swami right now, then Indra Buddhi Gautam, he will, on his ears when this sound comes, then he understands the whole thing, and within no time, within less than 48 minutes, he creates 12 canons. And these 12 canons are a huge scriptures, huge scriptures. Those things are created just by having the Om sound hitting the ears, because he is having the sensory knowledge, scriptural knowledge, of clairvoyance knowledge, and telepathy knowledge. All those things, Gandhar Bhagwan has it. First disciple of the Lord, they have it. And so they create these 12 scriptures. So, in that one, now understanding is there. Understanding is in a composite way, complete way. But when you have to express, that expression comes because the words have limitation. So expression comes one at a time. Let's say that I enjoyed a drink. I went to a party, there was a fantastic soft drink was made. And I'm drinking the drink and I'm enjoying it completely. Now somebody says, how is this drink? Then I'll just say, it's a sweet tasting, it's a little lemon inside, some saffron inside, and some black pepper inside. Ice is there, and pink color is there. All kind of things I will speak by making divisions. When I'm experiencing, there are no divisions, but expression comes in the division form. Remember in the 8th stanza when we learn Vyavaharane Bhasha Anarya Vinana Samaja Visakaya Anaryane Vyavahar Van Paramarthano Upadesayam Asakyasya. So when Tirthankar Bhagwan is speaking, his sound comes out in Om form, but thereafter all the mundane soul, starting from the first disciple of Bhagwan to the lineage of Acharya Bhagwan, and then in that category, the enlightened souls, enlightened monks, and enlightened householders, all those things, all those entities, when they try to speak, they are giving discourses in a divided way, in a conventional point of way. They dissect the whole reality, and each one thing at a time they will say. For example, soul has an infinite attributes, and they are in unity. While we are talking about that, when we want to talk about it, then we can say soul has a knowledge attribute, soul has a faith attribute, soul has a conduct attribute, soul has an eternal exit. So we talk in sequence. We make divisions because we as a transmigrated soul understand only in divisions. We don't understand in a unity way. So medium of expression is division. The Acharya Bhagwan has an experience in an undivided form. He is giving discourses in division way. I listen to those in division way, and then I'm supposed to understand in an undivided unity way, in indivisible way. So that's why there are 7 predications are there. So first one is called Syat Asti. Syat means perhaps, or from certain perspective. Now we are going to use the perspective. So what is it? Perhaps it is. Syat Asti. That's a translation. Perhaps it is. With his own self-tetrad, means Swachatushtay, soul is due to self only and not due to karma particle. Right away, there is a division occurs between the soul and karma particle. Remember, I have a close association with the karma particle. That's why we'll take karma particle, but in fact, it's a matter. And you can take any other, as long as I am separate from the karma particle. Rest of the thing is physical body, my shirt, my glasses, my computer, my home, my family. Everybody are already separate. So right away it makes a separation over here that I am with my own self tetrad, because my sphere of action is within me. Karma has its own sphere of action, and I'm not karma, karma is not me. So the functional division, and it makes functional division right away. Now, karma are due to their own self-tetrad also. Karma also has their swachatushtay. They also have their substance, area, time, and attributes. And that means karma are because of their own self-tetrad, and they are not due to inclination of attachment state of the soul. Here I have my inclination of attachment, I have my rag within me, and that is occurring with my own self-tetrad. And here is a karma. Karma has their own tetrad. So if I'm making rag, it is because of me. Karma, fruition occur because of themselves. Right away, there is a division between me performing rag and the karma particle coming in the form of fruition. So that's why soul is independent, and matter means karma particles are independent. This is the way my independence starts. First one, it just separates me from the other substances. So this is kind of coarse form of independence right now. Final form of independence will come later on. Yes.
So in this, with these scholarships, Acharya Dev is just filling in the blanks for us, right?
I'm
or
sorry?
whatever. Acharya Dev is just filling in the blanks for us. For I feel like this is all relevant to like gathas 3 to like 8 or 9. You know, this is like a summary, right?
Well, no, well, it is, he is taking us to 13th stanza, because see what it's saying over here, soul is independent. So now, what is that independence means? Then he is going to say, in 13th stanza, he said that from the real perspective, so this is a coarser form of divisions we are talking over right now. And there, in the 13th stanza, he is going to go on a finer form of divisions. In the sense, it will show the division between mode and the substance also. This one is showing division between a soul and a matter particle. This is a coarse form of divisions they are asking us to understand. So once we understand this part, then on the 13th stanza, when it says, Gurudev says that, or Kunkun Acharya Dev says, and Amrit Chandra Acharya Dev expands, and then Gurudev Sri just reaffirms that fact to us. Then they will make a finer form of divisions in the sense matter, I mean, the modes are separate and the eternal soul substance is separate. When they say modes are separate, means even the omniscience mode, Keval Gnani Paryay, that is also separate from the eternal soul substance, and that is the highest form of divisions that they can anybody can ever make it. So
Kirit?
yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if this is a correct statement, but have we seen in these first 12 gathas?
Yeah.
I don't think either Acharya Dev have introduced Paradravya into the discussion. Is this the first introduction?
No.
The first entry of Paradravya?
No.
Like, where did we hear about Karma? Where did we hear about Paramanus? Where do we hear about other like non-soul, like external particles? Like I don't remember it in 1, 2, 3. I don't remember it in 5 or 6. I don't remember in 7 or 8.
I thought they talked about in Gatha 6, right? We talked about.
That's Paryas. That's Pramat and Apramat. That's all internal.
No, but in the commentary or discussion, he talks. Amrit Chandra Acharya actually talks about it. He says the karma kshetra, ek kshetra vagahi or something.
Ek kshetra vagahi, yeah. So basically,
Are those bhav karmas?
I'm sorry.
Are those not bhav karmas? Are they not occurring in the various paryas of the Atma? Isn't that what he's referring to? Aren't those bhav karmas and not dravya karmas?
No, see, remember, everything will be coming, as we say, first 12 gatha has everything. First 12 gatha has everything. Because if we understand 12 gatha fairly good, then your question is coming because you digested 12 stanzas pretty good within and say, wait a second, this concept is not coming for the first time. It did come in a different way. For example, it may not have come in the 7 predications form, but in a different way it may have said if one substance is separate from the other substance, ek dravya bija dravya thi alag se, those kind of things they came. Here he tries to specifically give why those things are there, and so it's a different way of presentation. This is basically 14th stanza of Panchastika, basically. So that's
Is Parachatustai referring to like Paradravya that is within Atma Pradesh, like aka Bhavakarma, or when we're talking about Parachatustai in this Kalash, is Acharya talking about like Dravya Karma, like Karma Paramanus or Paraman?
Yes.
Okay, then let me ask you this. In Gathas 1 through 12, can you remind me, please, because I've forgotten, can you remind me where or in which Gatha or in which Tika we were introduced to the importance or the existence of like a Paramanu, something outside of the Pradesh of the Atma, something that's unrelated to the Dravya Gun or Paryaya of the Atma?
You see, if you look at the third stanza says that all the substances of the universe are separate, and so I am separate from the other substance, and that's why they have their own beauty when they are independent. When they get mixed up with each other, then they lose their luster. So basically, in the third stanza it says all the substances are independent and separate from each other. So that concept was there in that stanza. If you want to really go which stanza it says,
Thank you. I thought that was Ekatva Vibhakta Atma.
Well,
And I thought that
you can say ekatva vibhakta atma also. It means vibhakta means, see, remember now, vibhakta there is a different story there. Vibhakta means I'm separate from all the material karma. First thing, I'm separate from the body. Then I'm separate from material karma. Then I'm also separate from bhav karma. And I'm also separate from division of the attributes also. So there, everything is taken. Ekatva vibhakta, in the ekatva vibhakta. I am indivisible soul substance, ekatva. Vibhakta means I am separate from non-bonded, non-bonded quasi-karma, bonded quasi-karma like physical body, then material karma like dravya karma, and then bhav karma means psychic karma, and then ultimately division of attribute also is separate from me. So there everything is taken in that fifth stanza. Ekatva vibhakta, then they have to, it has gone everything combined together, you know. Right? Does it make sense?
Yes, Kirit. Was ekatva vibhakta was the fifth gatha, correct?
Yes, fifth gatha. He says ekatva vibhakta, and now I'm going to talk about it. That's what he says. Thereafter, he starts with the sixth stanza, and right away he says pramat, apramat, you know. So he doesn't wait for this kind of things to come there. Oh, I'm separate from karma and I'm separate from a physical. No, he just goes into the nitty-gritty thing that I'm separate from modes, impure modes and pure modes. And then seventh stanza, he says, I'm separate from the division of the attributes also, you know. Remember, after 12th stanza, everything now starts expansion. Expansion of all.
Kirit, uncle? Sorry to interrupt you.
Now, go ahead.
I think I got confused in this conversation a little bit. Going back to this idea that Atma Ekshetra Vagahi means that it is sharing the same space, right? You know, you always gave that example. Anyway, it's sharing the same space with the Dravya karma.
Yeah.
I think that's what it means. But and when we talk about the bhav karma, that actually is a paryay of the atma. So I atmani paryay hoy. So then how do we define paryay? It is that which is constantly changing every samay, and it's spread throughout the atma. Is that right?
Yeah. So see
so the bhav karma is a paryay of the dravya, and it's spread out through the entire space of the atma.
Yeah.
But then in the sixth gatha, so in the sixth gatha, when Amruchandacharya describes it as Ekshetra Vagayi, he's kind of specifically referring to the dravya karma that is sharing the same space as with the atma.
In the sixth stanza, it does not come as a Ekshetra Vagahi. It doesn't come there, because in the sixth stanza it specifically says that my pure mode and impure mode, it just goes in the bottom.
I'm sorry, I think apne commentary ma kairu tu you know, now I forget the rest of it. I remember very clearly. Was it the fifth gatha then, the pramat and apramat gatha?
The sixth stanza. Sixth.
So in one of those commentaries it comes either by Amruchandacharya. We did it.
Okay. So but again, lots of things will come again and again, because it will just say, wait a second, is this a new concept coming? No, it's a new form of presentation of what we already know about it, you know. It just
okay, but my question is, Ekshetra Vagayi is a specific reference to Dravya karma, right? That's the way I think I understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because
so then
okay.
Bhav karma is a paryay of the atma, right?
Yes. Now I understand your question where you are coming from. Basically, when you say occupying same space point, means one kshetra vagahi, means what it means, the two separate substances, matter and soul. Matter means karma and soul is a conscious element. they both occupy same space point right now. In fact, they both are entirely separate substances. Now, when we come to the bhav karma, psychic inclinations of the soul, means their psychic inclination means it is occurring within me. Within me it is occurring, but still it's been said it is separate from me. Other one, karma and soul are occupying same space point, that's why they are separate. Here, my own mode, which is a impure mode in the form of an inclination of attachment mode, rag mode, it is still me, but because it's transient and it occurs because of the alien object's attention, and so it is removable, and that's why it is called alien object. Over here, this guy is called alien object because it's entirely separate by itself. Rag is called alien object because even though it's occurring within me, but it does not have consciousness, number one. Second thing, it's transient in number. Third thing is my deluded form. It just shows my altered status. So those are transient things, can be removed, and that's why even though it's within me, needs to be removed. That's why it's not mine. The abscess occurring in my hand, that abscess is part of me, but it just shows my altered physical condition. So even though it's mine, it needs to be taken out. Same thing, rag is within me. Here, karma and soul are entirely separate, occupying same space point, but they can be separated. Here, rag is within me, not separate. So that's what you want to convey the point, that the rag is not ekshatravagahi. Rag is a part and partial of the soul at that time. It's an altered form. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, thank you. I keep forgetting.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, go ahead.
My memory is failing me as well in my advanced stage. I just realized that in Gata 3, like you had said, in the Tika, I remember Hemant Bhai said this very clearly. In that Tika, somewhere in the middle of it, that's where that famous statement about one dravya doing nothing to the pariyas of a second dravya occurs, in that Tika.
Yep. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Well, that's good. It just makes our understanding a little bit better, and that's what is important, and so that our understanding has to be clear and proper, Okay. So now over here, this bullet says soul is independent, matter, karma, particle are independent. Okay. Actually, all substances are independent of their own. See, we are not taking medium of motion, medium of rest, space, and time because they are pure and separate. It's easy to understand. It's only karma and soul that they get together and they create the problem. So transmigration occurs because of those two guys messing it up. So that's why whenever we talk other substance, alien object, we always talk about matter. And when we talk matter, we always talk about karma particle, So with this belief, now this is very important bullet coming up. With this belief, one does not neglect instrumental cause. Soul is independent, karma are independent, but that means karma acts as independence, means instrumental cause. So we are not neglecting instrumental cause. It's simply, instrumental cause is simply also as an independent thing. So everything remains independent. So karma particle coming in fruition independently. I am making my rag independently, and they both have instrumental nimit nemitic sambandh, principal cause, auxiliary cause relationship. So instrumental cause does not need to be neglected, but when we talk about the principal cause, then they become secondary. And so secondary is secondary. That's it. It doesn't need to give the importance that way. So soul substance with its own self tetrad means Swachatushtai is present since time infinite. It has its own modes independently due to its own time, means swakal. So this is very important. That I am existing since time infinite because I am the substance. So substance exists for time infinite. Then I have my own attribute. They are never changed. They remain the same way also. My area of action remains the same. And modes occurring within me are also occurring independently, and it is coming on its own time. So why did I not get the Samyak Darshan mode yesterday? Why am I going to get it only tomorrow? Because my mode of Samyak Darshan is coming tomorrow. So something like that. So it gives independence of the soul substance, and also over here it just really throws independence of the mode also for us to think about, which we already know about it. So it just it's very nice way of presentation by Acharya there to tell us that, hey, don't forget about independence of mode also. Substance independent. Yeah.
What is the difference between swakal and kalabdi?
Oh, swakal means my mode is coming at my own time. And so when that is coming, when my mode is, let's say on the fifth mode, we take 10 modes, and on the fifth mode, I'm supposed to get the Samyak Darshan mode. So my Samyak Darshan mode came on fifth time. And when I'm coming at that time, when it's coming at that time, then it's called Kal Labdhi. Kal Labdhi is not separate thing, but whenever it is seen at particular time, that time is labeled as Kal Labdhi. So basically, it occurred of its own time, and whenever it occurs, that's called Kal Labdhi basically. So Kal Labdhi is nothing separate, except that it just tells that on fifth Samay, I had my Samyak Darshan mode arising because of myself. And because it's occurring because of myself, then if you talk from the time perspective, then you can say, hey, the time was important. That's why it happened on fifth Samay only. Okay, if you want to give importance to the time, you can say Kal Labdhi was important. And if you want to give the importance to the mode occurring because of its own time, then it's a Swakal. So it's the same thing, looking at it from two different angles. One from the Dravya Kshetra Kal Bhav perspective, means my own self tetrad perspective. Other is from the Kal Labdhi perspective. Kal perspective means the time is a substance. From time substance perspective, it's called Kal Labdhi. Same thing from two different angles.
I guess that's not where I was coming from. What I want to know is, what is the difference, the functional difference between Swachatushtai and Pat Samvai?
Okay, Swachatushtai and Pat Samvai you are saying. Okay, all right. Swachatushtai means my own substance, my own attribute, my own area of influence, and my own mode. So this is Swachatushtai has only that part. When we talk of Panch Samvai, five associations occurring together, then what is happening there, that it is also include instrumental cause. Then it is also include the Swabhav Bhav, means my own nature, my own innate nature. Then it just says Kal Labdhi and Bhavitavyata and Tatsamani Yogyata. So the 5 points are together and they are making a mode arising. So when mode is arising, it says there is a Nimit standing there. So they just simply says Nimit was present, did not do anything, but acceptance of Nimit to be present. So it says instrumental cause is one of the five samvais, So
wait, so 5 samvai is equal to 4 of the Swachatushtai plus Nimit?
You can.
Is that what you just said?
Well, yes, you can say that. Let me think about it, because I never thought that way that the question will come. But Swabhav is there, yes. Parya is there, yes. Kal Labdhi is there, and the Bhavitavyata is there, and the Nimit is there. Yeah, we can say that. You can say so. You can say so. Yeah.
So Kirit, does that mean that this is the Shastric evidence of Patsambai?
I'm so no. Your voice is coming a little bit low in volume, so I
Can
can't.
we say that this is the Shastric evidence of Patsambai? I mean, I don't know where else it occurs.
But Samvai, they are separate topic by itself, because, for example, then there is a Bhavitavyata. What is Bhavitavyata?
Swakal. It's the way you explain Swakal, which is why I asked you in the first place about Swakal. The way you explained it was Bhavitavyata, and when you isolated the Swakal for one particular time, is how you defined Kalabdi.
Yep. See, Bhavitavyata means whatever is supposed to happen, it did happen. And Kal Labdhi, it was supposed to happen this time, that's why it happened. So basically, Kal Labdhi and Bhavitavyata are also two parts of the same coin, basically, So one thing says, whatever is supposed to happen, it did happen. Second thing, it did happen at this time only. That's it. So, I mean, it's kind of a very, very unique way of saying that the two sides of the same coin in the form of Kal Labdhi, So what we'll do, we'll make file somewhere maybe next time. Well, we'll see. We'll see how, when we can touch that subject, and we'll just bring these things also at the same time. Okay. All right. Can we go next one? So this was the first tetrad. I mean, the first one of the 7 predications. So perhaps it is, means soul is there because of its own self tetrad. That's it. Now it says soul is not there from alien perspective. Remember, all these elements, all the substances are independent of their own. I am separate, you are separate, matter is separate, medium of motion, medium of ray, space and time, they all are separate. So let's say from medium of motion perspective, medium of motion is over here. It is in its own self tetrad doing its own job. So for medium of motion, I am not there. For me, my area of influence, medium of motion, is separate from me. So basically, this is a functional separation is giving. So structurally, they are remaining in the same spot. For example, I have my finger over here, and I'm moving my finger down here. So that's all I did. A straight finger, I try to bring it down. All the 6 substances got involved in this action. How? First thing, my finger is a matter particle because it's part of the body, so matter particle, okay, so matter. Now, in that finger, the soul also is represented, and soul made the inclination that maybe finger should bend. It was only inclination soul did. But soul is present over here. So soul made the inclination. So soul is there. This finger is a matter particle. So matter is there. Now, my finger is moving. While finger is moving, at that time, medium of motion is instrumental cause for the finger's motion. Then fingers moving, and it stopped over here, means it's a medium of rest, became the instrumental cause for the finger to stop. Then this finger was occupying this much space point over here, this much akash over here. Then when it come over here, that much space point is occupied, that much space point is occupied, that much space is occupied, so space is over here. And then modification, T1, T2, T3, T4, time units. So my time substance is also there. all 6 substances are present in one motion, but still they are separate. I am not the matter, matter is not me. So functionally, they all did same thing in the remaining in the same area, but they are independent of their own. So what we are saying, syat nasti, means perhaps it is not. Soul could be in the lowest form of life or in liberated state, nigod or sid, is non-existent from the perspective of karma self-tetrad. This finger, for example, is a karma. So from karma perspective, I'm not, the soul is not there. Soul is over here. Means they are occupying same space point over here, but soul is doing its own job. Matter is doing its own job. And they are not related to each other. So functional point of view, soul is not represented in matter's action. And from matter point of view, soul is not present in matter and vice versa. So nigod soul or the liberated soul, from non-existence, they are having non-existence from the perspective of karma self-tetrad, means alien object tetrad, means par-chatushtay. Soul is not in par-chatushtay. Soul is in its own swa-chatushtay. So I am with my own thing and they are doing their own thing, and so that's it. So therefore, soul is not in nigod due to material karma. This is the take-home point Acharya Bhagavan asked us to take it. That I went to nigod because my karma, bad karma fruition came. What can I say? No, not at all. Karma has their own self-tetrad. You have your own self-tetrad. Your action, sphere of action is due to you only. So I went to nigod because of my own faults, not because of karma asked me to go there. So that is very important thing to understand. Omniscient Lord still has non-destructive karma present. On 13 spiritual development stage, 13 Gunsthanak, Kevali Bhagwan, Sayogi Kevali Bhagwan has a Aghati karma present. Therefore, he's in transmigration, right? Because Kevali Bhagwan, any living being has a karma association is called transmigratory soul. So now, if we use that definition, then Aryan Bhagwan is also having the he's also transmigratory soul because he has a non-destructive karma present. Nam, Ayu, Gotran, Vednya, all 4 karmas are still present. So, there in transmigration is because of karma being present, right? Answer is no. Because in the soul, there is absence of alien tetrad forever. So Aghati karma is doing their own job. Aryan Bhagwan is doing his own job. And whenever that Aryan Bhagwan is supposed to go to become Siddha Bhagwan, it will happen because of his own mode, and karma are not responsible. Association of karma is there. Changes in karma will occur. But main thing, Aryan Bhagwan goes to Siddha because of his own thing, own way.
Kirit uncle,
Yeah.
so the logical statements here and the previous slide are all they're both the same, that one dravya cannot do anything to another dravya. All dravyas are independent. So I'm missing the big picture. Why is this slide number 2? The other one was number 1. That one was Syat Asti. Why is this? What is going on here?
Well, it's one is from affirmative perspective, other is from negation perspective. This is negation perspective. First slide was affirmation perspective. For example, I say, I am the man and I'm not a woman.
Oh, okay, I got you. Right? Yeah, so here, Kirit uncle is a man. That was the Asti. Yeah. And now, Kirit uncle, we're talking about the same exact truth, the fact that you're a man, but from the Nasti is Kirit uncle's not a woman, and then so.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, next bullet. In the soul, there is absence of alien tetrad. Okay. from soul's perspective, now it comes. Alien objects are not present at all. Alien tetrad is non-existence. Or other way around, from karma's tetrad, matter's tetrad, soul is not existence at all. Now, soul is not a non-existent means it is there, but perspective we are using. Remember, last week, and I think Kathy had a question, and Chirag, you also had a question, that non-existence means what? Means soul is not there at all? Soul is not there from karma perspective. Karma says, I'm karma, that's it, my sphere of action. Soul does not enter in my sphere of action, so soul is not present for me. That's it. So soul is non-existence for me. I'm doing my own job, and that's it. I might touch, taste, smell, color, etc., and all those things are there. I have my bondage, and I have my liberation, my fruition, and all those actions, I do it myself. I don't need anybody's help. And so soul is non-existence for me from my functional point of view. Soul does exist, but it is not present in the functioning of the karma. So over here we are taking from alien tetrad perspective, soul is not there. Means soul is there always, but functionally for the action of this action of a karma, soul does not interfere there. So vice versa, karma cannot interfere with me. I mean, if we just say karma did this thing to karma did that thing, in fact, if we understand this properly, we will not even speak those kind of words next time, because now we know that karma cannot do anything to me. Or even when I talk, let's say that you are talking to the beginner person, and you are trying to explain to him. So you have to say, karma particles are there, karma gives happiness, karma gives unhappiness. But at the same time, the mind, it should say, you know what, I'm trying to use this sentence for this particular person who does not know all the nitty-gritty microscopic thing. So I'm trying to explain to him. And then as the knowledge starts growing, then you say, whatever we said was not right. It was right on its own perspective. It's from convention point of view, it was right. From absolute perspective, it is not right. So those are the things. It has to be in our mind all the time. All six substances are existing due to their own self tetrad and not due to any other object. Okay? So that's the second point. These first 2 points are kind of easy to understand. Of course, we took about almost 1 hour with that one. Anyway, so now, third one. From certain perspectives, soul exists due to self tetrad and not due to alien tetrad. Now, this is mixture of both the things now. Asti nasti, syat asti, syat nasti. Remember, over here, it is syat asti was there, first point. Then syat nasti was second point. And third one is combination of both, syat asti nasti. What does that mean? What does syat means perhaps, and asti means it's there, and nasti means it's not there. What does it mean? It means soul is existing and non-existing due to certain perspective. That's it. It's a simple meaning is that one. But now, this sentence can be spoken in sequence only. I am there and I am not there. I am there, one sentence. I am not there, second sentence. But both the things are happening at the same time. I am man and I'm not a woman. Two sentences. I am man and I'm not woman. Two sentences are there. But at the same time, when I'm man, I'm not woman. That is happening at the same time. But to convey limitation of the language, and you have to give that things in sequence. So, kram thi kehvai che means this. Sorry. These things can be said in sequence only. We can't express both at the same time. So we are giving sequence. So soul as infinite component elements means dharma and exist simultaneously. However, they can be expressed sequentially and not simultaneously. For example, I have a knowledge attribute, I have a faith attribute, I have conduct attribute. All those things I'm seeing in sequence. But knowledge and faith and conduct, everything are existing at the same time. There is no time delay. There is no time difference. At exactly the same time, all those things. But spoken words, they come in sequence. So it is possible to tell us about the non-sequential thing by making a sequential statement. That's what it means in this bullet, in the number 3. So soul has attribute called from certain perspective. There is affirmation. No. So syat asti nasti type of attribute is there, and that's why we can say on everything in a sequence and not in a simultaneous way. By
Wait,
sequentially,
Kirit, what is this sentence? Soul has one attribute called.
there is a from certain perspective.
Yeah. From the
Soul
I'm
has.
sorry. Can you?
Within.
So
Yeah.
can you take, I don't know, Gnan Gun, for example? What is this sentence saying?
It means, it says that because I have this attribute present within me, so that's why I can present in a sequential form. That's what it means. I'm presenting everything in sequential, even though non-sequentially infinite attributes are occupying the soul substance. Just to convey, you have to talk in sequential way only. That's what it means.
I'm sorry to slow you down, but soul has one attribute called.
Yes. This kind of attribute is there.
So the name of the attribute that the soul has, the gun, the name of the gun is Syat Asti Nasti?
Yes, Syat Asti Nasti is a gun for them.
Did you say Nitya? That's Asti Nasti?
No,
that's Anikant.
But remember, this is also Syadvad is part of the Anekant. Anekant is the nature of a substance, and Syadvad means presentation of that nature of a substance.
The expression of that substance in, for example, language.
Yeah, and that is in the 7 predications way.
I'm so confused by this statement. The soul has a gun called Syat Asti Nasti.
Yes.
So the soul has all of the Saptabhangi guns.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
The soul has guns for each of the Syadvad viewpoints to describe the soul.
Yep.
I mean, there is no other purpose of this gun other than there is a viewpoint that you can express to describe the soul, right? There's no other purpose to these.
Yeah, but remember, it's not only one attribute soul has. Soul has how many attributes? Infinite. Means souls are infinite, matter particles are infinite times infinite, time units are third infinite, space point of the space are fourth infinite, and fifth infinite is my attribute. So now you can imagine how many attributes I have it. So infinite attributes. So this is one teeny tiny part of it, not even teeny tiny. It's micro, just one.
Okay. So actually, all dravyas have Syat Asti Nasti. Is that correct?
All the dravya means
all 6 dravyas.
No. All not all 6. Only all the human. I mean, on the soul substances will have it.
Oh, Syat Asti Nasti is not in Pudgal?
No. That can be there, but it cannot be expressed. Pudgal cannot express, right? Who is going to express all these things? I am going to express, right? So they have the objectivity attribute. That's it. So Pudgal having the objectivity attribute. So Pudgal has infinite attributes present. I know them through my knowledge mode. That I know it, that so many attributes are present there. And because they are present there, I can make the separation that the Syat Asti, Syat Nasti, Syat Asti Nasti, all those things. I, as a soul, make those distinctions. Think about it. Think about it. It will make sense to you. Because remember, who has a capacity to think? This is the quote unquote thought process, right? Or quote unquote knowledge at a knowledge mode, right? Who has a knowledge mode? to just say this is Syat Asti, this is Syat Nasti, this is Syat Asti Nasti, this is Syat, this is of Syat Avyakta. Who makes that decision? Knowledge mode makes the decision. Knowledge mode is only present in a living being, not in non-living being. Because this part of the knowledge mode, remember, right? Anekantvad and Syadvad both are knowledge modes, modifications. It's a knowledge attributes modifications, which tells us that this is the multiplicity point of view, and this is the Syadvad.
Yeah, but Kirtanko, you're saying here, the Saptabhangi they have their own 7 guns, different from Gnan gun.
It is, yeah, okay, yeah, but remember, each and every attribute in the soul substance, each attribute is separate. Like this is a knowledge attribute here. This is a faith attribute here. But knowledge attribute here, but it also has its effect in every other attributes of the soul substance.
It's represented. It's represented in every other attribute.
એટલે કે જ્ઞાન ગુણનું રૂપ બધા ગુણોમાં છે. એટલે કે the effect of this all the 7 predications also will be there in the knowledge mode also, right?
Okay, yeah.
By speaking sequentially, one is able to perceive entire soul substance. Remember, I'm a man and I'm not a human. I'm not a woman. By having said those 2 sentences in sequence, at least one can perceive that, okay, this guy has to be a man only. Same way, entire soul substance can be visualized, can be understood, can be perceived by having sequential thing. Soul has a knowledge attribute, soul has a faith attribute, soul has a conduct attribute, soul has this and that attribute. All those things, when I understand, when I digest that one and I make them as a unity way, then I create a picture of a soul substance within me. Okay, this is the soul substance. So that way, these 7 predications helps me to understand. I don't care about, I mean, I don't care in the sense, I'm not interested in the matter, medium, motion, medium, race, space. I'm interested within me only. Who am I? I have to know myself first. Who am I? Once I know who am I, rest of the things will be known automatically. So that's why by speaking sequentially also, I'll be able to perceive entire soul substance. That's a third predication. Now, 4th one, this is little, well, it's the same thing basically. Soul exists from self-tetrad, does not exist from alien tetrad. This cannot be spoken simultaneously. In the 3rd one, what did it say? It can be, in the 3rd one, it says it can be expressed sequentially. Where is that sentence? Sequentially. Because perhaps it is not. Both the thing can be expressed sequentially, but over here it says because they are sequentially, we cannot express them simultaneously. That's all it says over here. The soul exists from my perspective, alien exists from their own perspective, but language limitation cannot make both the existences to talk simultaneously. That's it. It can be said sequentially. That's the 3rd one. 4th one says cannot be said, it cannot be taken simultaneously. So perhaps it is not expressed in words simultaneously. Syat avaktavya. Soul is there due to own tetrad and not there due to alien object tetrad. Therefore, soul can be known through words in sequence only and not simultaneously with those both the alien and soul substance at the same time together. So that's what it says. That divine, now what it says over here, divine third omniscient expresses everything together. Over here, I cannot express everything together in a simultaneous way, but Omkar, the sound from the omniscient Lord, comes in the form of a simultaneous way. It expresses everything, whole universe thing, and all the 12 canons which have been created within less than 48 minutes by the first disciple of Aryan Bhagwan, and they just heard the sound Om. That's all. Om sound was heard, which is a composite of everything, of the whole reality of the universe simultaneously. That is that much capacity that Om sound had it. And now, once I understand also simultaneously, but I cannot speak simultaneously. To speak, I need to have sequential things only. So that's what it means over here. So divine
Wait,
sound.
Kiritanko, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no problem. Yeah.
So, but Mahavir Swami can speak through Om sound simultaneously.
Yes. And that's why he's Tirthankar Bhagwan.
So that. Yeah, but so this rule doesn't apply to him.
No, because remember, it depends on which thing is working at what time. All infinite, for example, I'll give one simple statement. You remember certain time in your childhood. Now, what was that happen? Why did you remember that one? Where did that knowledge come from? You are 30, 40-year-old person right now, and suddenly you realize, when I was 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, this one I did some funny thing, whatever I did, or something good thing I did. How did you remember? Because in the knowledge mode, it was sitting dormantly. Every knowledge mode has that thing stamped in your knowledge mode. It's just that you went in your memory and you just picked these things out. So that thing became predominant that way. So all these 7 predications, all the attributes, their modes also could be there, but then other attributes are also there. And so this may become dormant also. Dormant means it's there, but it's dormancy. You are in your knowledge mode, all the stamps of all the infinite thing what you have done before are present. Only thing, your memory is not sharp enough to think about all those things. The Krupaladev had a Jatisman Gnan, and he remembered 700 previous lives, because all those things were sitting in that knowledge mode, just like the way it is sitting in my knowledge mode also. Similarly, all these attributes, they have modes and everything. Some becomes dormant and some becomes dominant. And so whatever is dominant, it's been expressed. So Aryan Bhagwan is talking in a Om sound simultaneously. So that is simultaneously. That's it. So that is he has that capacity.
Actually, Om sound can be it can be Syatasti. It doesn't have to be breaking any rule here, right?
No.
Om Dhvani je che.
Yeah.
Maybe it is through Syatasti.
No.
I think this is too complicated for me, so I'm going to stop asking questions.
No. Don't stop asking questions, because that's okay. That's because and again, you have a right thought in your mind, and I'll find it out from my sources. What about this one? But again, remember, as I said, Gurudev said I did not put the sentence on the slide, but he said, hey, my Kshopsham is so limited. So if you want to learn more about it, go to some other scriptures and everything. So That means this is really, really extreme microscopy. We just have to get the nitty-gritty thing from it, that spoken words come sequentially and understanding occurs simultaneously. That's all basically 7 predications they are asking, they are teaching us that point, you know. If we understand that point, then we can go down as detailed as possible, but ultimately the take-home point will be spoken words, the sequential, understanding simultaneous. That's it. So, theory of 7 predications of comprehensive knowledge, praman gnan and partial knowledge, nai, are from mundane soul only. This is for the mundane soul. Now, you know, when we say mundane soul, means you can say mundane soul is what? Now, mundane soul's definitions are different in different perspective, which perspective you want to use it. Till the soul gets liberated, means till soul becomes siddha, that means up to 14 gunsthanak, everybody is called mundane soul. That's number 1. But in other perspective, when Aryan Bhagwan is there, when all the 4 destructive karmas are gone, then they are called Aryan and they are not called mundane soul. Then for we come to the 4th Gunsthana, which is Samyak Darshan. So when Samyak Darshan is there, he is called mundane soul, but he's also called Gnani, means a learned person. So mundane becomes kind of a little bit subdued at that time. So it depends where you want to use the mundane soul and what perspective. So Praman Gnan and Nai are for mundane soul also. Praman Gnan and Nai, they are part of Sutta Gnan. Praman Gnan, comprehensive knowledge and partial point of view, they are part of the scriptural knowledge. And scriptural knowledge come to an end at 12th spiritual development state. So the end of the 12th Gunsthana, now 13 Gunsthana occurs. In 13 Gunsthana is omniscience knowledge, and omniscience knowledge means Sutta Gnan is gone. Sutta Gnan is gone, so the comprehensive knowledge and the partial point of view with them are also not there. So for the Aryan Bhagwan, the comprehensive knowledge is not there, and partial point of view means Praman Gnan is not there, and Nai Gnan is not there. He has complete knowledge of everything occurring simultaneously within him, you know. Okay, so that's number 4 point. Now it gives, if we are not having short of breath, we are just going to go a little bit more things. Soul exists due to self only and cannot be expressed. Now, what does that mean? Syat asti and avaktavya means when I say, hang on now, I'll just go slowly. When I say I am the soul, when I say I am the soul, then the avaktavya, what was that avaktavya here? This is no here this is syat avaktavya. What does it? Perhaps it is, and it's not expressible words. It is not expressible in the psalm. Means I am the man and I'm not woman. Those 2 things I can't talk simultaneously. We understand that part from point number 4. Over here in point number 5, what it says that, okay, I can't express 2 things together. So 2 things together, like I am there, I'm not there, I'm man, I'm not a woman. The 2 things cannot be spoken simultaneously. Okay, I know that point. That's a 4th number point. But here it says, when I'm saying I am a man, when I'm saying I'm a man, that means those 2 things that is sitting there cannot be spoken, expressed in the words. So that's what it says. When I'm speaking only that I'm the man or I'm the soul, When I'm saying I'm the soul, that means I'm the soul and I'm not the matter. That thing which was not been expressed simultaneously, it becomes subdued at that time. So syat asti means I am there. That I can express that one. But two things together I cannot explain in a words at the same time. So you have to sharpen your imagination to understand. Two things together cannot be expressed. That's it. So I can express only one thing. I'm a man, but two things together I can't express. I'm a man can be explained. Two things together I cannot express. That's what the number 5 point it says. So soul exists due to its own self-tetrad. Perhaps it is there. It's not expressible simultaneously in the words because from self and alien perspective, it is having affirmation as well as negation, but both this component element cannot be expressed simultaneously. Affirmation and negation cannot be expressed simultaneously. Only one thing is able to express one thing able to express is syat asti only. I'm able to express only one thing. Negation, affirmation combined together I can't express when I'm expressing this part. That's what it means. Pretty sure that I'm confusing you so much, but again, when I'm saying affirmation, a soul is there, means these things, when simultaneous things are occurring together, cannot be expressed. That's it. And when we go to the next one, it's the other way around. From an alien perspective, I'm not there. That's a syat nasti. Then asti nasti cannot be expressed together. I'm expressing only I'm not matter particle. I'm not matter particle. I'm not matter. But I am soul and I'm not matter particle. That simultaneous cannot be explained at the same time. Then last one says, if I explain soul is there, one sentence. Second thing, soul is not a matter. So in sequentially it can be expressed, but simultaneously it cannot be expressed. Soul is there. Soul is not there from soul is there from soul perspective. Soul is not there from matter perspective. They can be expressed in simultaneous way. I mean a sequential way. Yes, I can do that. But to express them together at the same time, I can't do that. So there's a 7 predications. So this is what 7 predications are there. And next thing will be coming in a chart form. So we can just go through the chart. It's a very busy chart, busy table. So we'll just try to put everything together, what we understand. Syat asti, perhaps it is there. Statement from affirmation point of view. Syat nasti, statement from negation point of view. Syat asti nasti can be spoken simultaneously, sequentially. That's what it means over here. Syat avaktavya means it cannot be said. It cannot be said simultaneously. Can be third point can be said sequentially, cannot be said simultaneously. Then when I'm saying syat asti, then I can't say the simultaneous thing of yes and no. Asti and nasti cannot be said simultaneously. When I'm saying that I'm nasti, I'm negation, I can't say both the things together simultaneously. Seventh thing it says, I'm affirmation. I'm positive. I am the soul substance. Affirmation. I'm not a matter particle. Negation. Sequentially, it can be said, but can't be said simultaneously. So these are the 7 predications out there. When we sometimes in the future we'll go through Pravachan Sar also, In Pravachan has 47 Nais are there. In Samaysar, there are 47 Shaktis are there. Similarly, in some Pravachan there are 47 Nais are there. And first seven are this one. Syat asti, syat nasti, syat asti nasti, syat avakta, syat asti avakta, syat nasti avakta, syat asti nasti avyakta. So these are the 7 Nai will be coming there. So we will have somewhat more discussion will occur at that time. Next slide. Another busy table coming. This is Praman Saptabhangi and Nai Saptabhangi. I think I'm not going to touch that one because it's really in extreme great detail, which we should not worry right now. When we go to the Pravachan Sar and everything, we'll just talk about it. Let's see. So what are the 7 predications? So from certain perspective, pot is there. Now this is kind of crude example, Syatasti. From certain perspective, pot is not there. Means from the viewpoint of glass, pot is not there. From certain perspective, pot is there and pot is not there. We already know that now. From certain perspective, pot is inexpressible because Syat avaktavya. So from certain perspective, pot is there and also not expressible. From certain perspective, pot is not there and not expressible. From certain perspective, pot is there and pot is not there and is not expressible. So these are the 7 predications. Basically, it summarizes what we talked so far. Panchastikai, Acharya Amritchandracharya Dev also gives these 7 predications. Basically, it is exactly the same thing, says what we talked about. And so there are 7 predications have been explained over here. So ultimately, only the thing take-home message will be over here. Expression of words in sequential. Understanding simultaneously. That's all basic thing over here. Expression in sequential. Understanding simultaneously. Knowledge attribute, faith attribute, conduct attribute, eternal existence attribute, etc., etc., etc. So all these attributes are called sequentially when we are talking, but understanding occurs at that time. I have to understand in simultaneous way. I have to just say that they are all together. There are no divisions like that. So those are the 7 predications basically. Means it just gives extreme detail to explain to us why these things are happening. Because language has limitation. Mundane soul has a limitation of the language. That's why we cannot express all these things. So this is the same slide. Okay.
So Kirit uncle, I'm trying to relate this like Gnan Gun. Gnan Gun can do Swapar Prakashak. So but Laksh, when we say Laksh or I think sometimes you say Dhyan, that can happen on either Swa or Bar. Right? It can happen only on one.
No, that's a faith.
You can
faith. Aim or faith.
Oh, every time we say Laksh or Dhyan, that is a reference to Shraddha Gun?
Shraddha Gun, yes, Shraddha Gun. Because I
go
the alien object, or I can bring the faith to myself. So faith attribute. Shraddha Gun.
Okay.
Or conviction, we can say. I have conviction from the alien object, I have conviction of myself. Conviction or faith.
Barabar.
You can just say aim also, So that's a Shraddha Gun. Okay, so we'll stop over here. Any more questions? I mean, so basically, there is no need to get confusion over here.
Look, I don't think this is so bad because you've touched on these concepts over the last 3 years at various points when we discuss different issues.
Yeah.
I think this is just formalizing different ways of saying things that we've already seen over several years.
Well, at least that's good. At least, you have a pretty good understanding. That's pretty good, because sometimes language has a limitation to explain and all the thing. But as I said, simple thing, expression in a sequential form, understanding it's a simultaneous. That's all we have to understand. And then this is the one that we can understand this way,
Kirit bhai?
Yeah.
A સપ્તભંગી એ આત્માનો ગુણ થોડો છે. This is the way to explain. Explanation નહીં છે જુદા.
નહીં કોનો પાઠ છે? નહીં કોનો પાઠ થયો? શ્રુતજ્ઞાન કોનો પાઠ થયો? આત્મા.
નહીં નો ડેફિનેશન જે તમને ત્રિકાળિદ્રુ ભગવાન આત્મા સાથે દોડા. There's a definition of nai that I don't know if that's what you're asking. Nai is what points to or takes you to.
Chirag, let him explain it to me, please.
Basically, if we just say nai means it's part of the Sutagnan is part of the knowledge mode, and knowledge mode is part of the knowledge attribute is part of the soul substance. So that way also here, what we are saying, that expression. Now, can the Pudgal express by itself? For example, can this iPad say, hey, look at me, I'm here, I'm beautiful over here? Can it say? No. Expression only occurs in a conscious element, and that is a soul substance. So I'm expressing myself. So expression is occurring. So when I say, okay, knowledge attribute is here, faith attribute is here, conduct attribute is here. So when we are making divisions, we are making sequence. Who is making sequence? Spoken words are there, but spoken words are doing their business. But behind that, who did the inclination? Then, so inclination, ભાવ કોણે કર્યો? આત્માએ કર્યો. તો આત્માએ ભાવ કર્યો તો એ આત્માનો ગુણ થયો, આત્માની પ્રોપર્ટી થઈ. That's why they are the part of the soul.
પણ આમ જોવા જાય તો this is just we are જુદી જુદી અપેક્ષાથી આ એક્સપ્રેસ કરીએ છીએ, understand કરીએ છીએ.
You are answering your own question. જુદી જુદી અપેક્ષાથી express કરીએ છીએ. Who is expressing? Soul is expressing, right? Not body is not expressing, Pudgal is not expressing. Yes, words are there, but who has the inclination to start with? Words are Pudgal. You are, yeah, that's a good point. Words are Pudgal, but Pudgal came in word form at the same time. Who has the inclination occurring within? Soul has an inclination, and they have nimitic sambandh. So words are coming out over here, particular way, but inclination is over here. So it's a soul's doing is more important over here. Dead body will not be able to give you all these 7 predications. The matter will not be able to give you this 7 predications. Pudgal સપ્તભંગી નહીં બતાવી શકે. સપ્તભંગી બતાવવા માટે હું જીવ. બરાબર?
Okay.
Any other questions, please? That was really it's a great session today. I'm really happy about it, because there's lots of interactions, And that keeps me on my toes. That's very good. All right. जावाणी के ज्ञान से सूझे लोकालोक, सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ दान. 9 times Namo. Jai Jinendra. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai, thanks, brother.